Hello, Rutgers, and welcome to another episode of Wake Up Rutgers.
We've got a fantastic show lined up for you. It is February 27th, 2020.
Weather watcher Ashley Cornish will give you the regional and big picture forecast for the day.
We'll be checking out the Wellness Treats PTS with our very own Eva.
And later on, we'll be talking to Lindsay Jeffers, the Assistant Director of Programming at Center for Social Justice Education and LGBT Communities.
We got tons to get to.
Let's wake up, Rutgers!
Hello and welcome, Rutgers. It's great to be here on this windy Thursday morning.
We're here to wake you up every Thursday morning this semester with all of the exciting news, events, and weather. So, Sydney Cup, it is so great to be here again on yet another Thursday morning hosting Wake Up Rutgers.
Yes, it is so exciting. It's a beautiful day outside, so it's great to be here in the studio today. So, do you have any plans for this weekend, Josh?
You know, I'm not exactly sure. Midterms are coming up, as we've been kind of talking about within the past couple of weeks, because, you know, spring break is approaching and typically midterms occur, you know, right around the spring break time, right before that period. And so I might be spending some of the weekend just starting to prepare for those midterms, because I have some, I think I have one next week and then a couple the following week after that. So I really need to start, you know, studying.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to just catch up on some work this weekend, you know, something like light, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Also, housing selections have been distributed, and they still are. So have you received your housing selection?
Yeah, so I'm so happy. I'm going to be living in the yard for next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really exciting that you got that. I mean, the yard is beautiful. For those of you who don't know, it's that like newer apartment complex right on College Ave.
Yeah.
Where like Honeygrow is and in that area.
So yeah, it's a great location. My classes are right around the corner.
Yeah.
And I'm living with 3 of my other friends, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
What about
sounds
you?
like a grand time. I'm not exactly sure yet. I haven't received my housing selection. I was actually going to live off campus initially, and then I decided last minute to live back on campus, so I'm not exactly sure. But I have a good group of people that I'm living with. We just don't exactly know where we'll end up. Are you taking any summer classes?
I am. I'm taking 2 online.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're going to finish up my course, and then hopefully I'll be good for the senior year.
Yeah,
you know? What about you?
I think I'll take one, you know, because as we know, registration for the summer classes just opened up recently. So, I mean, if any of you are thinking about taking summer classes, you can start thinking about that because registration is now open. I think for now I'm just going to take one 6-week course, probably in the beginning portion, so I can kind of get it out of the way and get ahead of my credits because, you know, I'm a double major and a minor, so I need to, you know, get ahead of the game a little bit. And it's always good to feel ahead, you know, instead of like falling behind, and it gives me more room to not take a credit-intensive year, senior year.
Yeah, that's such a good idea. You'll have like less stress your senior year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, so before we can get to the rest of the show, let's see how much you know.
When's the last day to withdraw from classes with a W? We will tell you the answer when we come back.
Although there are no suspected cases of the new coronavirus at Rutgers, the Rutgers Clinical Providers and Health Services teams have already put measures to prevent contacting or spreading the virus. For people who may have been exposed to the coronavirus, be on the lookout for the following symptoms: fever, muscle or body aches, a dry cough, or difficulty breathing. If you're feeling any symptoms of a respiratory illness, call your healthcare provider immediately. To make an appointment with Rutgers Student Health Centers, call 848-932-7402. The locations and hours can be found at health.rutgers.edu/location. In addition, the Rutgers New Jersey Poison and Education System is serving as the New Jersey Department of Health Coronavirus Call Center. Assistance is available 24 hours a day at 1-800-222-1222. Check out www.cdc.gov/coronavirus for up-to-date news on the virus.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Before the break, we asked, When is the last day to withdraw from classes with the W?
The last day to withdraw from classes with a W is Tuesday, March 31st.
Well, Josh, have you ever withdrawn from a class here at Rutgers?
I've actually never withdrawn. I mean, I think it's also important to note that withdrawing now before March 31st will put a W in your transcript and won't affect your GPA. So I think that's really important to note that if, you, for whatever reason, feel that you have to withdraw from class, it still will not affect your GPA.
Yeah, I know I haven't either, but I know a lot of students have. And,
Yeah.
But you could always go to your advisor, talk about
Exactly.
it,
The advisor's your best bet. They'll be able to help you through whether withdrawing from that class is your best bet. I was actually thinking about it in the beginning of the semester simply because I'm taking a lot of credits this semester and I wasn't sure if it was going to be like too much work, but I ended up staying in the class and it hasn't been too bad. So.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good that you're managing well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go to Ashley Cornish with the weather for today.
Thanks, guys. This is Weather Watcher Ashley Cornish bringing you guys your weather update on this fine Thursday morning for Wake Up Rutgers. For the current readings out of Rutgers Gardens, we've got a temperature of 42 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and thankfully the rain that hit us last night overnight has moved out. We've got over half an inch had fallen last night, but thankfully that will be moving out with windy conditions staying around for today. I don't know if you saw on the previous slide, 17 miles per hour is our current wind, and we could be gusting up to 25 miles per hour at points today. But then we have a pleasant weekend in store with temperatures in the low 40s, upper 30s, and really sunny skies. And then we've got rain starting off the work week on Tuesday and Wednesday. Looking at the current radar, you can see that the rain that hit us in the overnight hours is moving out. We've still got some snow up in much of New York State and then portions of western Pennsylvania, but no snow will be affecting us here in New Jersey. And then if we take a look at the big picture of the entire continental U.S., really pretty clear out to the west, but then we have this storm system that has pretty much moved out by this point, impacting the northeast. And then if we check out the Futurecast radar, you can see really clear conditions, partly cloudy skies moving through Friday and into Saturday with, again, really pleasant days. So if you want to make sure you're getting out and enjoying the sunshine, we've got temperatures in the low 40s, so if you're getting out, make sure you're slightly bundled up. For your local forecast, today we've got breezy conditions, but pretty much clear for the most part with a high temperature of 48 degrees. And then again, northwest wind pretty much consistently at 20 miles per hour. So again, if you're going outside, make sure you're holding on to something. And then for tonight, we've got, again, breezy conditions staying around with a northwest wind of, again, 20 miles per hour. And then pretty chilly conditions with a temperature of 25 degrees. All right, I'll be back in a little bit for your regional and 7-day forecasts.
Thank you, Ashley, for giving us the forecast. So today is going to be a breezy one, Sid.
Yeah, it's going to be a little chilly. I heard the wind blowing right into my window today.
Yeah.
It was really cold this
Yeah,
morning.
and when I got outside, the wind like almost blew me away. I was like so windy out. And a little chilly, but I mean not as chilly as it's been, so that's good. And it looks like we're gonna have a pretty good weekend. As Ashley was kind of going over, it's gonna be sunny this weekend, not too warm, not too cold, so it's kind of like, that spring teaser.
Yeah, no rain. We had rain a couple days, so I'm so glad like there's no more rain coming because I know, April it's gonna be raining all,
April showers.
Brings May flowers,
Exactly.
you know how it is. All right, Rutgers, well, we'll be right back after this.
Rutgers Day is happening this year on Saturday, April 25th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on all Rutgers New Brunswick campuses. This day is jam-packed with free entertaining events, performances, and food vendors. Students, alumni, family, and friends are all welcomed. If you are interested in the STEM field, you can see and learn a lot about the life sciences, health sciences, engineering, and math programming activities that Rutgers has to offer on Bush campus. If eco programs like Green Living Tips and petting zoos are your interest, the Cook and Douglas campus offers animal exhibits and beautiful nature displays. Also, performances will be on the Big R stage near the Passion Puddle. There will even be food vendors surrounding the Cook and Douglas campus. Also, you don't want to miss all the student life programs and activities on the historic College Avenue campus. The Rutgers Day Parade displays all the Rutgers spirit and talent as people cheer and wave on College Avenue. For more information and access to the activities brochure for this coming Rutgers Day, check out www.rutgersday.rutgers.edu. We hope to see you at this event. You don't want to miss all the fun. Mark your calendar.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Let's jump into our news and events for today. Dr. Lewis Nelson, Chair of Rutgers Department of Emergency Medicine and Chief of the Division of Medical Toxicology, emphasizes how taking too many over-the-counter medications at once can have serious side effects on individuals. He says that many over-the-counter medication contain similar ingredients and you may unknowingly overdose on an ingredient if you take the meds with this overlap. For example, one of the most dangerous ingredients in overdose is acetaminophen. Taken in recommended doses, it is extremely safe, but taken too much over a few days, it can cause liver failure. He recommends that people with a sickness should be conscious of the effects of medication for functioning, making decisions, being a caregiver, and driver. He encourages those who are in contact with how to take certain medications to contact the New Jersey Poison and Information Education System. Well, Josh, this is kind of scary because, I take acetaminophen pretty often, when I have headaches. So, it's kind of scary that you could get, liver problems, because of this.
And for those of you that don't know, it's actually an ingredient that is put into a lot of over-the-counter medications like Tylenol, which a lot of us take for, fever reduction or headaches or what have you. And also a lot of medications that are made for infants and to help their symptoms relating to illness contain this ingredient. So it's really awesome that we're, receiving this awareness for something that can potentially be very dangerous, and it's an ingredient that a lot of us are consuming, pretty frequently.
Yeah, hopefully they'll find something to lower the causes of these side effects,
Mm-hmm. Cindy, this is actually not the only medical news we have in store today. Robert L. Johnson is the first Rutgers dean to oversee medical schools at once. As the dean of Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School and Rutgers New Jersey Medical School, Johnson said he is responsible for the leadership and management of the two schools to achieve academic, research, clinical, and community missions. Robert Johnson says he fully understands that in his current role, he represents the two schools, but he also represents his race and community of people. Under Johnson's leadership, nearly 1 in 4 New Jersey medical students were minorities as of last year, according to NJ Spotlight. In addition, Rutgers implemented initiatives to enroll more minority students and provide support to ensure the success. I think it's really great that we have a minority representing the medical community here at Rutgers, and also, minorities are encouraged to thrive within the medical community. I think that's really great because I think we need more minority individuals in the medical community.
Yeah, definitely. You don't see them around too much, but it's great because, more are coming up into Rutgers and joining the medical school. So it's great to see that we have, encouraging a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. We're really diversifying the community, and I think that that's really great. And I think that, that's always going to implement some positive influences when we create a more diverse atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Josh, let's check out the exciting events Rutgers has this upcoming week. Lace up those skates, Rutgers. Come roll over to the roller skating event hosted by Rupa at the Livingston Student Center tonight at 6 to 10 p.m. This exciting night will consist of neon-themed roller skating, foosball tables, claw machine, a photo booth, tasty treats, and more. From first-time rollers to professional skaters, all levels are invited to come out. No registration necessary. Well, Josh, this is so exciting. I used to go roller skating back in my day.
Really? Who would you go with? What would you do?
Just my friends, my family,
Did you do it as a hobby, or were you doing it competitively?
Just, a hobby.
Yeah.
I know. I would say I'm a pro skater, you
right.
know.
I actually used to roller skate back in my day as well. I was
Really?
pretty good. Not good, but good for a 12-year-old, I think.
Yeah.
Going out with his friends on a Friday night, we would always go to the roller skating rink and grab some nachos and, go skating and dance to Wiz Khalifa or something. But, it was a good time. It brings back some memories. So an event like this would kind of catapult me back to my childhood,
Yeah, definitely. I think that's definitely the incentive of this roller skating event.
Yeah, and we not only have a fun event like this coming up, actually on Tuesday, March 3rd from 7 to 9 p.m. at the College Avenue Student Center, there will be a global spring festival. Experience how the arrival of the spring season is observed throughout the world. Engage in fun activities and sample treats celebrating the changing of seasons. Cindy Cup, as you know, spring is my favorite season. I love spring, so it's really exciting that Rutgers is holding a spring celebration.
Yeah, no, me too. And I like how they said, there'll be fun activities, so, it makes you want to go even more to see, what do they have to offer.
It definitely would be a fun experience for all Rutgers students, so definitely go check that out. We will be right back after this.
Join the Paul Robeson Cultural Center for the 4th Annual MLK Oratorical Competition on January 29th at 7 p.m. at the Livingston Student Center. See performances, hear powerful speeches, and celebrate the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. Start your spring semester off with this powerful event. Hope to see you there. For more information, you can visit prcc.rutgers.edu.
Back, Rutgers, right now, let's check out the wellness treats Paint the Town Scarlet with our very own Eva.
Hey Rutgers, the time we've all been dreading is finally upon us. Final season. I'm Eva Anika Ekelar, and we're currently at the Cook Recreation Center to relax and unwind before final season. Thanks to the Rutgers Department of Recreation, we get to leave our stress at the door. Let's go unwind.
So at today's event, we have chair massage, obviously, which is probably our biggest hit. We have henna, we have paraffin treatment, which is a soothing oil on the skin, or almost like a paraffin on the skin, and then we have eyebrow threading.
What brought you out to today's event?
Well, my back has absolutely been killing me, and Rutgers offers a lot of resources for us to come and solve problems that usually aren't academic.
If you weren't working today's event, what stations would you go to?
Honestly, I would still go to the henna station. Henna is very relaxing for everyone involved. We all make our own paste with eucalyptus oil or lavender oil, so it also smells really good.
What ways do you like to de-stress?
Well, it could be just as simple as simply just sitting down and just taking a breather for 30 minutes, just going on your phone.
I sleep a lot. I take a lot of naps, which is probably not good for my time management. I also like to do a lot of art and eat a lot of sweets.
Why is it so important to de-stress?
I think for the students, in order for them to be successful at the university, they need to be relaxed and have some stress-free moments. And I think that with all the academics, it's very stressful. So by providing an event like this, they get to de-stress a little bit, relax a little bit, and maybe they could study a little bit more efficiently when they're done.
Stress exacerbates literally every health problem ever, so it's important for us to de-stress, especially when our immune systems are weaker during finals and stuff, just to keep up our health and maintain mental health as well.
Good luck to everyone going into their finals, and remember to keep calm and breathe. Before you know it, you'll be at home peacefully asleep in your bed. Until next time, keep painting the town scarlet. I'm Eva Anika Ekelar, RUTV.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Well, it's really great that we have this wellness event here at Rutgers, so you can de-stress before your midterms and your finals,
Yeah, it's really important to make sure you're taking care of yourself regardless, and it's great that Rutgers has events they're holding events like this that students can go to relieve some stress.
Yeah, definitely.
We actually have an interview coming up where we're going to talk about some self-love and body positivity, so don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll be talking to Lindsay Jeffers, who is the Assistant Director of Programming at the Center for Social Justice Education and LGBT Communities.
Rutgers Day is happening this year on Saturday, April 25th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on all Rutgers New Brunswick campuses. This day is jam-packed with free entertaining events, performances, and food vendors. Students, alumni, family, and friends are all welcomed. If you are interested in the STEM field, you can see and learn a lot about the life sciences, health sciences, engineering, and math programming activities that Rutgers has to offer on Bush campus. If eco programs like green living tips and petting zoos are your interest, the Cook and Douglas campus offers animal exhibits and beautiful nature displays. Also, performances will be on the Big R stage near the Passion Puddle. There will even be food vendors surrounding the Cook and Douglas campus. Also, you don't want to miss all the student life programs and activities on the historic College Avenue campus. The Rutgers Day Parade displays all the Rutgers spirit and talent as people cheer and wave on College Avenue. For more information and access to the activities brochure for this coming Rutgers Day, check out www.rutgersday.rutgers.edu. We hope to see you at this event. You don't want to miss all the fun. Mark your calendar.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Here with me is Lindsay Jeffers, the Assistant Director of Programming at the Center for Social Justice Education and LGBT Communities. Thank you so much, Lindsay, for being here today. So first things first, what exactly is the Center for Social Justice Education and LGBT Communities? Tell me a little bit about that.
Great. So the Center for Social Justice Education and LGBT Communities is one of our 4 campus cultural centers within the Division of Student Affairs here. We've existed on campus since 1992, which is pretty impressive. We're one of the oldest LGBT campus centers on a college campus in the country.
That's really awesome. So it sounds like it provides a great safe space for a lot of LGBTQ members here within our Rutgers community. So with that in mind, what exactly is your role at the Center for Social Justice Education and LGBT Communities?
Right. So our center has sort of a dual mission where one part is our social justice education piece, where we do training and outreach with the community that's directed towards students, faculty, and staff. And then the other piece is really around supporting LGBT communities on campus. So my role really is obviously as an assistant director of programming. I do a lot of programs and events. We host probably 50 plus events that are free and open to the public every single year. I also advise some of our LGBT themed student organizations. We have about 10 active LGBT organizations on campus right now. And I also am a liaison for the Rainbow Perspectives housing community.
So again, that's really great because as an assistant director, you're really implementing all of these great ways that we educate students regarding social justice, and we're also creating that really safe community for LGBTQ members. I know you had mentioned some of the history in one of your previous answers about this community. So tell me a little bit more about the history of the Center for Social Justice Education and LGBT Communities.
Great. Well, February is Black History Month, so I thought that part of telling our story, I could really highlight some Black excellence in our Rutgers history. So we have actually had LGBT student organizing on campus as far back as documented in 1969. So right after the Stonewall Uprising in New York City, some of those college-age students came back to their campuses that fall and said, we don't want to let the momentum of this movement die. So there was a student named Lionel Cuffey, and Lionel really was the first person to organize open LGBT student organization on campus, and that was over 50 years ago. And so that organization actually still exists today with the name Queer Student Alliance, but not a lot of organizations on campus can say that they have a 50-year history. And then so later, after Lionel Cuffey, I wanted to highlight Dr. Cheryl Clark. She was the founding director of our center. So she founded our center in 1992. She's a noted feminist author, writer, poet, and she actually retired here at Rutgers in her role as a dean of Livingston College. But she was really breaking a lot of barriers. Again, as I said, we were one of the first LGBT centers on a college campus, so you have to imagine what she was kind of up against in organizing this as a center.
Right, for sure. I had heard about the social justice for education and LGBT communities before, but I had no idea there was so much rich history behind it, and thanks to those individuals that you highlighted here, I don't think we would be where we are today in terms of this community that we've created without those individuals. So that's really awesome to be able to hear about exactly how these organizations were brought about. So I know previously you had mentioned that you kind of help implement some programs. What kinds of programs does the center offer?
Great. Well, actually, this week we're celebrating our Body Positivity and Self-Love series. This was an effort that was first brought to the fore by our current interim director, Mr. Kiwan Kalk. And so that effort is really about affirming every body with a social justice lens. That's kind of the tagline for the program. So February is also a month of love.
Yes, it is.
So we really wanted to highlight the fact that loving yourself and accepting yourself for who you are, whether that means your body, whether that means any aspect of your identity, that can be kind of a radical act to love yourself. So one of the ways that we're highlighting this theme for the week Tonight we have an intersex activist, Dr. Georgianne Davis, coming to campus. So that'll be tonight at 6:30 p.m. in the Rutgers Academic Building to really highlight the intersex community, because many people in the LGBTQIA community, they're not really familiar with a lot about the intersex community and the challenges that it faces.
Right, and that's very salient because so many people struggle with their physical appearances or their overall identity, as you mentioned. So it's great that, you know, we have a community here in Rutgers that's able to help people kind of shed a more positive light on themselves. Again, whether that's about their body appearance or just any aspect, you know, their sexuality or just how they identify, they're really able to help people see themselves in a more positive light, and that's something really beautiful. So what exactly inspired you to serve the LGBTQIA community?
Yeah, well, growing up, I didn't really have any LGBT adult mentors or role models, not until I came to college. And so I think sometimes when you can't see yourself out in the world, if you can't see yourself, you can't be yourself, I think rings true for many. So by the time I came to college, I started to gain some mentorship and support from not only LGBT peers, but also adults who really supported me throughout my college journey. And that inspired me to go into not only the field of student affairs, but specifically supporting LGBTQA students.
Yeah, that's really awesome, because I just know from personal experience there are a lot of you know, families and a lot of people that just aren't supportive of the community. And I know coming to Rutgers has been really great that it is such a welcoming community for members that really probably are struggling a lot with who they are and struggling to fit in. So it's really great that Rutgers and you help contribute to such a safe space for the community for members of the LGBTQIA community. So thank you so much for that. And thank you, Lindsay, for coming to speak with me today about the Center for Social Justice Education and LGBTQIA community. We'll be right back after this.
Being a Rutgers student isn't always as sweet as it seems. If you're not prepared, you might find yourself needing some help.
I need help. I can't find my term bill.
Luckily, help is here. Getting to and paying your term bill is as easy as tying your shoelaces.
To get to your term bill, just go to studentabc.rutgers.edu and press the button that says Pay Your Bill. From there, you can log in with your NetID or RUID. The site will direct you to your account summary where you can find your term bill for any semester.
Okay, but how do I pay my term bill?
Great question.
For payment options, just refer to the right-hand side column on your account summary page. It's that easy.
Wow, that was really helpful.
All in a day's work.
Welcome back, Rutgers. As we start this new semester, let's check up on Ashley Cornish for the 7-day forecast.
Thanks, guys. Again, this is Ashley Cornish here with your regional forecast. We've got temperatures in the low 40s throughout much of the Northeast, as you can see right here in nearby Philadelphia, 44 degrees. And then as we head a little bit to our north and west, dipping down, we've still got rainy conditions up in Syracuse with a temperature right at freezing of 32 degrees. And as we head to the east, Boston, a little bit of precipitation staying around in portions of eastern New York, Connecticut, as well as Massachusetts. But again, temperatures above freezing, so falling mostly as rain at that point. And then if we check out tonight's regional forecast, pretty similar story. Temperatures below freezing throughout much of the Northeast. We've got the only temperature above freezing you see down in Washington, D.C. Not much above freezing at only 33 degrees. And as we head to our north, Albany, as you can see, temperature of 21 degrees, so pretty cool out there. Not much better over in Syracuse, 24 degrees. And then as we head to our east, Boston warming up with a temperature of only 26. And now for your 7-day forecast, as you can see, Thursday we've got those blustery conditions with a high temperature of 44 degrees, but again, it'll feel even colder with all those breezy skies. Friday, to start off the weekend, with a temperature of 42 degrees, so pretty warm. Saturday through Sunday, temperatures in the high 40s, the high 30s and low 40s, and then we do have that chance of rain starting out Tuesday and into Wednesday of next week. As always, you can check out me and all the other weather watchers on all our various social media platforms, as well as every 15 minutes on channel 23.1 RUTV. I'm weather watcher Ashley Cornish. Have a beautiful day, Rutgers.
Thank you, Ashley, for the weather. So, Josh, it's going to be really cold this upcoming weekend, and then it's going to start raining, starting Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, but at least we get to enjoy the sunshine this weekend,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because it's been raining all this week, so finally we can kind of get a break from it and soak up some sun.
Yeah,
like that song says. So that's what I'm going to do this weekend.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm going to definitely soak up the sun as well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Rutgers, it's. Well, Rutgers, that'll do for today's episode.
For more events happening this week, you can go to getinvolved.rutgers.edu or ruevents.rutgers.edu.
Follow us on social media by searching RU Network and follow us on Twitter by searching @WakeUpRutgers. We love hearing from you.
We do. Thanks again for tuning in. I am Josh Rosenswag.
And I'm Sydney Cortez. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next week.